should be a common value in Europe and everywhere.
1.5 million buttons were collected in Efrat to symbolize the memory of the same number of children who perished in the Holocaust. IBA's Eli Wogelanter has that story.
One by one, collected and counted, 1.5 million buttons. The students of Asachayel School in Efrat started the project 6 years ago after teacher Suzanne Weiss saw the movie Paperclip, in which students at a school in Tennessee collected 6 million paper clips to commemorate the victims of the Holocaust. These buttons remember the 1.5 million children murdered, and they came from all around the world.
Buttons came in from Tokyo, came in from Brazil, came in from Singapore. There was even a lot of curriculum from us to Singapore. They should teach on the base of this project. And all over the world, really. I said Belgium, America, even from Turkey we got a letter we couldn't even read because it was written in Turkish.
The button collection now serves as an educational tool as part of the curriculum of the Efrat Lower School. But after paper clips, why buttons?
Well, that's the first question we ask, is why do you think we chose a button? We could have chosen any other object there is. And we come with them to the conclusion that the button is something that connects. A button is different. A button's got a different shape. They're like 2 eyes or 2 holes in the buttons, or sometimes there are 4 holes, it could be the mouth. All these things together relate as to one thing, the children in the Shoah. Each one of them was different. Each one had a different face. Each one was a different size. Each one belonged to a different family.
But do the buttons help the children understand what the number 1.5 million means?
Not really. No one can. Do we understand it as adults? We've never seen 1.5 million. But if you ask them, they say, yes, we see them every day here. But we don't relate to it as 1.5 million. You can't grasp that number.
You can't even understand.
Because you look at the buttons, like I said, you see so many buttons. And then you have to think of each button that had a person, and if that person had a life, and that person could have had children. And it's still, even when you see the button, it's hard to understand the amount that really got killed, of children who got killed in the Holocaust.
In addition to collecting the buttons, students have also collected personal stories from Holocaust survivors and used those stories together with the buttons to further their education. They focused not on 1.5 million children, but one at a time.
We came and we took buttons that had a special story, and we made them.
Each one chose a name and an age. Like, they gave us a name and how old were they when they died, and we actually put together a doll. They gave us a name, and we really did a boy out of it, a child.
Yes, the life they could have had.
So that represents someone real, and you know that's the person's story.
Yeah, they told us the story, and so we named it.
Eli Wogelanter, IBA News.
The Yad Vashem Holocaust Memorial and Museum has now gathered over 4 million names through their show.